Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we are doing my fall TBR and Rex. So fall is finally upon us and I am so excited. There's nothing like curling up with a good book during the fall and winter, but we'll get there when we get there. These are all the books that I want to read in fall, that I plan to read in fall. Is it a little bit overzealous? Absolutely. It wouldn't be a TBR video if it wasn't an outrageous TBR, and I probably will not be reading all these books in fall, but I want to try, so let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start off with our romance TBR. So the first book that is on my fall TBR is People Watching by Hannah Bodum Young. I am so excited about this book. I read Out on a Limb by Hannah Bodum Young a couple months ago, I want to say. I really enjoyed that book. I liked the relationship between the two characters. It just felt very real and I absolutely loved it. I have no idea what this book is actually even about. A small town woman's journey to spread her wings intertwines with the arrival of an adventurous newcomer who brings out the best in her. Need it. I also think it's dual POV, which I love dual POV. I don't think her other books were, I don't think Out on a Limb was dual POV, but it was still amazing. So to get the internal dialogue of a male main character is going to be great. I'm excited. But literally the cover, so adorable, giving fall. So I'm very excited about this book. Then we have Wild Card by Elsie Silver. I love Elsie Silver so much. Anything that this woman writes, I will read. This book is a, what is it? It's a ex-boyfriend's dad trope, which, oh my god, I have never read a book with that trope, but I have a good feeling that Elsie is going to give me what I need, and I think it'll be a good introduction to that trope. Maybe if I enjoy it, it will broaden my horizons and I will not be as scared to pick up a book with that trope in it. This is the last book in the Rose Hill series, which I also am going to recommend if you have not read any Elsie Silver books. They're so good. A good small town romance. This series in particular is all single dads. So good, guys. So good. I will also, while I'm here, recommend the Chestnut Hill series by Elsie Silver. Absolutely love it. This is one of my 6-star series. Small town, cowboy romances. And then next we have Training the Heart by Paisley Hope. This is the second book in the Silver Pine series. Yet again, fall gives me cowboy romance, small town vibes, so I feel like this would be really fitting for it. This one, I believe, is between a grumpy ranch owner and a sunny horse trainer. And I'm so excited. Grumpy Sunshine, which I love. And then also, come on, you add horses to anything and I will be obsessed. I also recommend the first book in this series, which is Holding the Reins. This one was Brother's Best Friend. I love that trope. I love that trope so much. Also, the covers on these books are absolutely adorable. I'm so excited. This was giving very much Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. I'm assuming this is very much more going to give Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. And I'm so excited! I'm so excited about it. Staying on that same small town romance / cowboy vibe, we have Cash by Jessica Peterson. I have been dying to read this book for quite a while now. A lot of people were talking about it last year, and so I bought it and I just haven't yet picked it up. So pretty much she moves back to her small hometown to inherit her father's ranch and ends up meeting the foreman of the ranch, who I'm assuming is Cash, and they're going to have to navigate the ranch of some sort, and they're going to have to work together. At the end it says, and you know what they say about cowboys, they may break horses, but they also break hearts. I'm so excited. There are more books in this series, so if I like this, watch out. Watch out. So then next we have Morbidly Yours, which I ended up getting last year but didn't read in time for the end of spooky season / fall. So we're picking it up this year, hopefully. So this follows a male character who owns and works in a funeral home, and in order to get his inheritance he needs to be married by 35. And then we have our female main character who has just moved into town after the loss of her husband and moves in next door to this funeral house, or this funeral home. And I'm guessing these two spark some sort of relationship, and he helps her kind of navigate her grief and distract her from her grief of losing her husband. Either way, I think this would be fun, and there's another book in this series which I keep seeing at Barnes and it looks really good. So, but also just this cover gives fall vibes. It's giving graveyard, it's giving spooky, it's giving fall. And then we have The Heartbreak Hotel by Ellen O'Clover, which I got in my book of the month. This cover is so cute, and I have been seeing good things about this book so far, so I'm excited. I'm pretty sure this girl has the dream of life. She's got her wealthy boyfriend, she's got a beautiful house, all of these things, but something goes wrong. She ends up getting broken up with and has to pay for this house by herself. And so she goes to the landlord and tells him, hey, let's strike up a deal. You let me live here for free, and I'm going to rent out the rooms in this house as a bed and breakfast. And so I'm assuming there's a little romance that takes place between the landlord and the female main character. And I think it would be really cute. I think it gives fall vibes, the bed and breakfast. I think this is going to be a really cute book. Now let's move into like cozy fantasy / romance / I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So the first book we have, which I am so excited for. I've had this book on my TBR for quite a minute, and I hear amazing things about this book, and I actually very much love this author. We have Bride by Ali Hazelwood, which I've been saying I was going to read, but I feel like that now is going to be the good time to read it. So I'm pretty sure this book follows our female main character who is a vampire and a male main character who is a werewolf, and they have to, I think they have an arranged marriage to kind of bring order and kind of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh no, like a truce between the two fractions, if this is correct. Yeah, so it's a marriage of convenience, and I'm very excited about it. Give me something with a vampire and werewolves in it. I'm gonna eat it up, so I'm very excited. Also, I love Ali Hazelwood's writing. Her banter is always really good, so make it supernatural, and I'm there. I also think that there is a sequel coming out to this book, if I am correct. I'm not positive. But if I enjoy this, you already know I'm gonna eat that book up. And then we have this book, which I also bought a while ago in hopes to read during spooky season, but didn't end up getting to. But we have The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I've also heard amazing things about this book. I don't really know what it is about, but it says, a warm, uplifting novel about an isolated witch whose opportunity to embrace a quirky new family and a new love changes the course of her life. Which, come on, gotta love it. Also, if this means found family, I'm so there. I'm so there. I will do anything for a found family. I love it. It's my favorite trope ever. So I'm excited about it. A warm, witchy hug of a book. Like, I need that. I need that in my life. Then we have My Vampire Plus One by Jenna Levine. I read My Roommate is a Vampire a couple years ago. Was this a couple years ago? Right now, like, that's kind of crazy. Not last year, but the year before that, I read My Roommate is a Vampire, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so fun, and the vampire-ish jokes always will get me. How she didn't realize that she was a roommate with how she was rooming with a vampire earlier. I don't know, but I had such a good time, and this romance was so cute. The banter between the two was so cute, and seeing this vampire navigate the 21st century is absolutely comical. I loved it. So we have My Vampire Plus One, which is about the best friend of the vampire from the first book, and this girl, I think she needs a date to a wedding, and so she ends up seeing this guy and being like, you're perfect, I'm taking you to this wedding, and she doesn't know, but she's inviting a vampire. I'm very excited about this book. I think it'll be very cute. I also think there is another one of these coming out this year. I'm not exactly positive though. I need to do more research, guys. Let's just I should have done more research and I didn't. I apologize. Then the next book we have is Apprentice to the Villain, which follows, of course, The Apprentice to the Villain, which I ended up reading last year and very much enjoyed. I ended up listening to it on Audible because it took me a little bit to get into, but once I was in it, I was having a really good time. I just thought it was very funny. The way that they portray the villain was comical, and also the little sidekick in this book being a little frog that holds up a sign saying whatever he needs to say. I thought it was so adorable. So I'm very excited to read Apprentice to the Villain, given how Assistant to the Villain ended. It leaves you on a little cliffhanger, and I'm excited to see what's in store for these two. So pretty much in the first book, you follow Evie, I think her name is. Evie, who is a good girl, and she ends up taking a job working for the villain. And throughout this, you see a relationship kind of bloom between them. They have really strong chemistry. And so you watch her navigate the villainous world that he has going on and kind of immerse herself in it. So I'm excited to see what is in store for them in The Apprentice to the Villain. There is also another one of these coming out. I don't know when. Now let's move into our fantasy reads. Fantasy fall is upon us and I'm so excited. So the first book we have here is Legendborn by Tracy Devon. I have heard amazing things about this book in this series. I believe there are 3 of them so far. So pretty much this girl, Bri, which, come on. Honestly, if the main character's name is Bri, I'm probably gonna read it. What can I say? But I believe she goes to school after her mother's death and ends up walking into and discovering a secret society of some sort. I don't exactly know all of the details because I try to go into things blind, especially when it comes to fantasy. So I guess she's gonna have magic. Merlin? What the heck? I don't know. All I know is there's magic, there's a secret society, and she's getting in there. And then we have Lightlark by Alex Astor. I've had this book for quite a while. I am very excited about it. I've heard really good things so far. Every 100 years, the island of Lightlark appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game where the rulers of 6 realms fight to break the curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler must die. To survive, Isla Crown must lie, cheat, betray, even as love complicates things. Tell me that doesn't sound like a good time. You can't. So, I'm excited about it. Okay, and then we have Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, which is sapphic vampires. So I hear. I don't know. That's what I've heard is sapphic vampires, and down. I'm into it. Also, I hear a lot of female rage is in this book, which you sold me. Instantly sold me. Vampires, rage, women, what else? 3 young women, their bodies planted in the same soil, their stories tangled like roots. One grows high, one grows deep, one grows wild, and all of them grow teeth. I'm there. I'm so there. I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue a couple months back and really enjoyed the writing of that book, so I'm very intrigued to see what V.E. Schwab has up her sleeve for this one. Since I finally finished my ACOTAR adventure, it is officially time for me to start Assassin's Blade and Throne of Glass. I am so excited to get into the Throne of Glass series. I have heard, I know you have heard, amazing things about this series, so I think it is time for me to finally start it, and I'm so excited. Do I know anything about Throne of Glass? No, not at all. I have somehow managed to keep myself completely out of the loop when it comes to it. I think all I know, really, is that the female main character is an assassin for the king. That's literally it. That's all I've got. I know nothing else. So I'm intrigued to see what the series is really about and why people love it so much. Then lastly, we have From Blood and Ash, and I am very excited about this book as well. I don't know, is this vampires? I really don't know what this book is about, but I've heard amazing things about it. As per usual, I feel like I've said that for every single book that I have picked up here. But it says, a captivating and action-packed From Blood and Ash is a sexy, addictive, and unexpected fantasy perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas. So let's see what it's about. I really have no idea. I know that it's a forbidden romance. That's about it. But I'm very excited about it. I've heard such great things. And if I hear great things about a book, odds are I'm buying it. That's it. Simple as that. So let's get into some of my recommendations. Oh, actually, wait, I have a couple more. Just kidding. This is like a question mark category for my recs. I have a couple horror books, I have a thriller, and I have a classic. So another book I would like to read is So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison. This is a vampire book. That's all I know. So pretty much this book follows a girl and her best friend who go away on a little trip, a birthday vacation trip, and her friend wants her to get out and start living her life, and so they go out on a wild night out, and something happens, which I'm assuming she's gonna get bit by a vampire and turn into a vampire. And then it's going to be her dealing with the consequences of that and her new life that she now has to live. I read, where is it? Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison a couple years ago and absolutely loved it. It was such a cool depiction of a werewolf. It's a very gruesome story of becoming a werewolf and a very gruesome telling of it. So I'm excited to see what she has in store with So Thirsty. Then I also have The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood. I want to read this book so bad. My niece read it and told me that I needed to read it. I've heard there's a lot of parallels to the world that we're currently living in. So, and then we have Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is the second book in the Natural series, which I really enjoyed. I read it in a How Much I Read in a Week video, and I absolutely ate that book up. I read it in like a day. It was so good. I am not a big mystery thriller girly, but when I do pick them up, I have a good time, so I need to start doing that more. Pretty much this series follows a group of kids who are born with talents in solving crimes. So we have the female main character, Cassie, who is a natural born profiler. Other kids in this group have other specialties such as lie detecting and things of that nature. A lot of people will say that this book is like Criminal Minds, but kids in a way. But I'm very excited to read this. I hope to read it very soon. Okay, and then just some recs that I already gave some recs, but here are the very few others that I have. We of course have The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which is kind of like Gilmore Girls. If you enjoy Gilmore Girls, you will probably really like this book. Follows this girl named Jeannie who moves to a small town to take over her aunt's coffee shop, and she meets the farmer. Is he a farmer? I don't remember. Yes, he is a farmer. And so she ends up meeting the grumpy farmer in town, Logan, and they sort of spark a friendship. He helps her out, and the town itself is very reminiscent of Stars Hollow from Gilmore Girls. So if you like that vibe, I'm sure you would love this book. And then we also have The Ex-Hex, which was a very cute and fun book. It's very much gives cozy, like a cozy fantasy kind of book. It is about witches. So this girl and her cousin are having this kind of wine night, and she had just been broken up with, so her and her cousin end up hexing or fake cursing her ex-boyfriend. And he comes back into town 9 years later to help charge the magic and the energy within the town. And when he comes to do that, he realizes something is not right with his magic. And so the two of them come together and try to fix what she accidentally broke years and years ago. And of course, it's kind of a second chance romance, and it was very cute. There is another book in this series which I have not read. I enjoyed this book. I didn't love it, so I did not continue. But I would still recommend it. With that being said, those are all the books I would like to try to read in fall time. We will see how many of them I truly get to. Fall is such a fleeting season that it only lasts like a month and a half in New Jersey. So we will see what happens with that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you had a good time hanging out with me, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.